Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judgment. Arsenal was couple of absolute bangers of goals. Declan Rice, amazing performance, perfect performance in my opinion. And Eze with a banger. Like this is the Eze I like. This is the Eze that I thought is joining Arsenal, to be honest with you. One of my favorite players in the Premier League is suddenly, finally showing up with the banger in the Champions League without a shadow of a doubt. Phenomenal performance. And I thought the performance for Arsenal was so mature. I thought the performance from Arsenal was so good. I thought the performance from Arsenal it's just a steady performance. It is what it needs. Knowing that the club has a cup final in some days, they needed to put a performance like this professional. Ben White, phenomenal. Saliba, amazing. I thought Eucharist played good as well. Very, very comfortable for Arsenal, of course. On the other hand, Chelsea smashed at London, in London, 3-0.
Scary.
8-2 in aggregate. Are PSG scary or Chelsea are just crap? If Liam Rosenior, and someone put in the chat, I know it's put in the chat, if Liam Rosenior is still at the job, you're literally setting the standards that you knew that you hired someone like that doesn't have experience. Chelsea got smashed, and I was watching the 3 games, and PSG could have absolutely hammered them way more. They were more respectful, actually, PSG. More respectful. For the Manchester City, and I'm not sure if we have the Manchester City fans on here, we're going to be having Tariq is joining us, so Kojo is joining us as well. I thought Man City tried. I thought the penalty was a little bit harsh, but it is a penalty because you cannot lead with your arm. The ball is going to goal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's your elbow or not elbow. But it is a penalty. But I thought Manchester City were brave. I thought Manchester City created chances. I thought Manchester City were not bad even with 10 men, which tells me that Real Madrid are not fantastic, in my opinion. But PSG, they looked very, very good. Kvaratskhelia, what a football player. But Chelsea are crap, bro. Like, Sarr literally stopped the ball for Kvaratskhelia. I don't know if you watched the goals from what.
Yeah, no, it's bad. For that first
it's
goal
bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was terrible. How are you stopping the ball with opposition like this? I thought Arsenal looked very, very good. But listen, hit that like button, people, if you guys are here. Guys, I want to actually say something before we go on. Hit that like button. Also, check out okjersey.com, guys. You can get stuff like this. And if you haven't checked them out, look at this. This is the merch that I got from. This is a whole training suit. A whole kit. That's very affordable as well, like 20, 25 for the whole thing. You can get like shirts for 15 pounds. So if you haven't checked them out, go and check them out. Of course, you scan the QR code below as you see, and use the code MHF to get your 8% discount. I'm going to be joined by Tariq. I want to start by Arsenal. I want to say something.
Let's go, Mo. Let's
I
go.
want to tell you know what? Rice for man of the match. I know that Eze scored the banger, but let me do the super chat. Big up Kika for the 8-2 in total. Enzo leaving. I don't know what that means, Enzo leaving. What does that mean?
Enzo Fernandes, Chelsea.
What happened?
I'm not sure. I think maybe he just thinks because Enzo didn't look happy. I don't know if you saw the second or third goal PSG scored, Mo, but Enzo's just walking in midfield. He didn't look happy, man. But that's not what you should do. If he's captain of the side, right? You're captain of the team. You got to show a little bit more fight. I don't think it's good for Enzo to be looking to leave if he is. I don't think that's a good look, man. He needs to stay. He's part of the sinking ship, Mo.
Post-match interview. I need to see what he said. I'm going to go to Twitter and check. But big up Kika for this. I've seen the script before, but never from the laughing side. We will see how it goes. For Arsenal today, very, very good performance. I want to highlight Declan Rice today. The reason why, Romario, I want to highlight Declan Rice, before we speak about Eze, is these are the moments that will win you the Ballon d'Ors. You know, like the moments in the Champions League final is the moments that will win you Ballon d'Ors. These are the moments.
Yeah.
And I think that he took his goal brilliantly, to be honest with you. Whoa.
I think the reason you're giving him man of the match, Mo, because you're a football man, is he's everywhere. He's a firefighter, isn't he? Everywhere there's danger, Declan Rice is popping up. He's collecting the ball for the team, breaking up attacks for the other team. For me, Declan Rice is a class act. I don't like to label him the best midfielder in the world because you've got the likes of Vitinha, you've got Pedri, you've got Bellingham, Valverde. There's so many different types of midfielders. Barella at your team, but for me, Mo, it's just like, I mean, if I'm allowed to mention Barella, but for me this season, I think Rice has just grown even more. And today, to get that goal, like you said, Mo, it's Ballon d'Or moments. His free kicks against Real Madrid, you could argue went to waste. He whips two of the best free kicks you'll ever see in, and we didn't win anything. It comes to nothing. So I think with Rice today and Eze, they both stepped up. But Rice is just... Yeah, Declan Rice is just an acceptable act. And I think that...
I thought Ben White was fantastic as well. I thought Ben White is fantastic as well. I thought Ben White is
Mo, Benny Blanco, always a safe pair of hands, man. It's a shame he's had injuries. You like that one, Benny Blanco. But yeah, Declan Rice, I think us signing him over Man City 3 years ago, I always thought it was a huge moment. When we signed Rice, I thought there's no way he doesn't win a Premier League title or a Champions League at Arsenal. Now, I'm going a bit early on Champions League. We've got a lot of work to do, but Declan Rice will, I'm very confident, be a Premier League winner end of the season, and that helps his case for Ballon d'Or as well. But you're right, Champions League, you got to deliver there if you want to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation.
Yeah, I think that Enzo Fernandez said that he doesn't... I don't know. There's 8 games left, but he didn't commit. Like, I know how it looks when you're like, you don't commit your future to Chelsea. It's a bad look. But we'll talk about Chelsea. But for Arsenal, are they favourites or still Bayern Munich?
I think we have to be favourites. We have to be favourites, Mo, because defensively we're so solid. You see Real Madrid today, they concede. Haaland scores. Like you said, City were brave. They gave it a good go. I don't think Real Madrid are that good. You called it, Mo, actually, on Man City. You said they've got a problem because if Shirky carries on at the rate he was going, then he would be in for a Salah or Ballon d'Or season. And look at what's happened. Me and you were both saying that, and I think my man, the Man City fan who's joined,
Tariq actually was here with that conversation.
Tariq was in on that episode. I'm glad you're back, brother. Good to see you, Tariq. And for me, I'm looking at it and it's like me and Mo almost saw this coming. Was it City? They ain't gonna keep this up. Maybe they hit their
but I still think that Bayern Munich look like the more comfortable team because you're going for the league, because you're going for the FA Cup. It's I think Bayern Munich are. However, the thing about it, you won't have to face any of these guys until the final.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the final in one game. The final is one game. A referee decision can swing it. A luck can swing it. A deflection can swing it. You know what I mean? Like in the final, anything can happen. So you don't have to worry about the PSGs, the Real Madrids, the Bayern Munich until the final. And in Budapest, who knows what's going to happen. But I think from that side, Arsenal look like the more comfortable side, without a shadow of a doubt, in my mind.
And Mo,
Without a shadow of a doubt.
you make a good point. We haven't got to see them until the final. And I honestly think, let's say we do go on and win the league. You've been very confident. You were telling me off for doubting the team. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have doubted the boys. But PTSD, it touches you sometimes. It does. But when you look at it now, Mo, I just think if we do get to the final, we've got Sporting Lisbon next round, then it'll be probably Atletico Madrid or Barca or Newcastle. If you get past them, you're going into a final.
I have a feeling it will be Atletico Madrid.
I've got a feeling Atletico will get through. They done Barcelona already this season. I've got that feeling. And if we can get past them, you go to a final, you may have 2 trophies in your bag. You may have 1, whichever it is. You're going to be confident going into that game. So that's why I think we're favourites, Mo, because...
Does this affect the Carabao Cup final at all for you? Chelsea, Man City losing and Arsenal winning? Do you think this affects at all?
Listen, if we don't win that game on Sunday, Mo, it's a shambles. It's a shambles. Man City...
Why are you saying that?
Because their confidence is shot, Mo. Look at them. Their last
it's
5
a one
games,
game. I disagree with that.
No, it's
like
not
Arsenal fans are making it like it's a conclusion.
Mo.
It's a given right. I don't think so.
Mo, it's not one game. Man City, I think their last 5 games, they've lost 2 and drawn 2. Unless the FA Cup was in between there, they've drawn their last 2 league games and they've lost to Real Madrid twice. So whether we like it or not, they are not in good form. Erling Haaland scores a consolation goal today. Haaland's not on form. Shirky can't get a start. Bernardo Silva's head's gone. Where's Rodri? Tarek was telling me Rodri's a one-man midfield. He's missing. Yeah, exactly. And that is why I think we're going to win, Mo, because these lot of all the pressure's off us now. They need this. They need it more. They're out of the Champions League.
They are hungry. As Akashi said, they're hungry. They are hungry. They're hungry.
I honestly think this isn't. But Mo, this isn't a Man City team with hunger that has killers and predators. This isn't that same team. Where's Phil Foden? Anybody seen Foden? Somebody put out a search call for Phil Foden because I haven't seen him in months. And I'm telling you, Mo, watch Sunday. You watch. Get me back on here Sunday. I've never been more confident to play Man City. Their confidence is shot. Pep Guardiola looked like a lost boy on that sideline tonight. Felt sorry for him. He's a legend of the game. Felt bad. But I've never been more confident to play Man City. This is the perfect time to play them. And you just watch.
We'll do a stream, of course, on Sunday after the game, probably at like 10, 11 or something like this. But for Arsenal, Kojo, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, I'm sorry for Chelsea.
Kojo, smile, man. We're representing London for you, bro. Don't worry, man. We got.
I'm not even stressed. I can't even lie to you. Listen, because I may sound mad, but I'm proud of the boys. I know you got whipped 8-2, but you know,
can't be proud of that, Kojo. You can't be.
No, hold on. What? Are you proud of the boys?
I tell you why I'm proud of them, right? Listen, sometimes you get whooped, yeah, but when you're getting whooped, what I didn't see is the boys put down their tools. You know what I'm saying to you? PSG were just superiorly clinical in this game over 2 legs. And when you make mistakes that Chelsea boys made, unfortunately, this is what's going to happen. We played the previous champions, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? So I have to also look at that way. Like, so for me, I'm proud of the fact that they didn't down their tools. You know what I'm saying to you? We watched to the end. We tried to ride it out. Listen, unfortunately, couldn't make it happen. And they have
Kojo, sorry. Just want to ask. You are playing the European champions, but aren't you, man, the world champions that beat them in the summer to win the Club World Cup? What happened there? Are we just forgetting about that?
No, wait, say again.
Didn't you beat them to become the world champions?
To become what?
Yeah. So what does it matter that they're European champions? Yeah, but what does that matter then that they're European champions? No, but so why are you mentioning that?
I don't think, by the way, Kojo, I think your sound is not coming from your mic. I think you're not connecting your mic.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me change.
Go to StreamYard and connect your mic.
Because, Mo, you see what I mean? They were loving the world champions. We beat PSG. Now they get them when it actually matters. And all of a sudden, PSG are the European champions. But you're the world champions. So what's going on here? 8-2. Wherever you know, shame, Kojo. Come on, man. 3-0 at home. No. What's happened to Chelsea?
Listen, things happen. Football is football, bro. At one point, Is it still mucky? My sound.
It's perfect
it's
now.
good.
No, you're
Perfect.
good.
Perfect now, yeah. Listen. At one point, Barcelona, one of the best teams in the world, got whooped 8-2 over 2 legs. Sometimes you're on the end of a whooping, right? And that team is arguably much better than what team that we have now, right? So things like this happen in football. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not about to rush off and strip naked and be angry about the fact that, fam, we got beat. We got beat by a superior team. They were far more clinical than we were. We need to go back to a drawing board, and we've got some work to do. You know what I'm saying to you? Ahead of this end of the season and for next season, right? They're gonna have to strip out some things and come back with a new game plan. You know what I mean? Like I said, listen, I don't like getting beat like that. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't. But I also recognize that watching these young boys, that we have a very young team, number one. And number two, I understood that, listen, the mistakes that they made in Paris is what's cost them in this game. You know what I'm saying to you? We had so many shots on both legs. We lacked clinicalness. That's why PSG, the scoreline is as it is. They were simply superior in their finishing. And sometimes you just have to concede. The team that you've played have outplayed you. You go about your business and you take it humbly. Hey, I'm not mad.
You don't think that this is a sign of the downfall of this team? You don't think so?
Not at all.
So you don't think that a loss like this is the start of something bad for Chelsea?
No. Did Barcelona become bad because it got beat 8-2?
It was the kind of
It was
downfall.
bad for a few years.
It was
yeah,
actually for a few years. Yes, it was the
Yeah.
downfall. Yes.
But
And also
contextually,
Barcelona.
what is bad?
Okay, but hold
contextually,
on.
what is bad?
Barcelona were at the end. Okay, this is a very good discussion. Barcelona were at the end of a cycle with a Messi, Busquets, Suarez. You are in the beginning of that. You are actually in the middle of the cycle.
Great
Casemiro has been
analysis,
at Chelsea for 3 years. Endo Fernandes has been at Chelsea for 3.5 years. Cole Palmer, this is his 3rd year. This is 4th year. This is 3rd year for Palmer, if I'm not mistaken, or 3rd year for Palmer.
Third.
You have had Cucurella there for a while. Yes, this is Joao Pedro's first season, but that's a proven player. I watched Joao Pedro. He used to play for Watford in the Premier League. This is not a young player that hasn't been here. He's just started his career. That's a player that played for Brazil. Like Neto has been in the Premier League probably for like 6 years now, 7 years. Pedro Neto. I think this is embarrassing because Chelsea were supposed to kick off from the Club World Cup and finish in 4th last season. You're not supposed to be. We shouldn't be sitting here and looking at PSG taking it easy on Chelsea. Genuinely. They're taking it easy on you. They were taking it easy on you. Listen, Inter lost 5-0 to this PSG and we got humbled. And I said at that time, this is the downfall. This is going to be the downfall of this team. And the manager had to go. And some of the players had to go. And some of the players that lost that final were embarrassing at that day. And they're still embarrassing this season. Bastoni is not playing well. He's playing defensively not good. Barella's not playing good. The problem was we were at the end of a cycle as well. You're not in the end of the cycle. Chelsea aren't. You're not in the end of the cycle.
You're absolutely right. We're not at the end of the cycle, which is why I say it's not a downfall. So that's my point I'm trying to make. It's not a downfall. We're not at the end of the cycle. The reality is there are a few tweaks that need to be made for this team, right? There are but when I watch this whole season,
tweaks is crazy.
Yeah, there's a few tweaks. There's a few tweaks to this team that just need a little 1-2-1-2 that will help this team, right? This first and foremost, this team genuinely needs a defensive leader that is not 20 and it's not tossing, by the way. You know what I mean? Like
Kojo, do your board?
Yeah.
Do the club want to do that? Do the club
Well,
understand that? Do they understand? Because you're right, and I think I said it to Mo a few months back that Chelsea, for me, I predicted you to finish 3rd. You're a top centre back away. I think if you put Gabriel in that team, all of a sudden it's probably a lot more together. So I make you right. I think you are missing leadership in the defence, but like Mo's saying, this is the start of a project that you spent over $1 billion. In the space of 3 years. Like for me, it's just
fail.
Yeah, but it can. As Mick
won't.
McCarthy said, it can fail and it will.
It won't
because
fail.
Kojo, I just don't see what happens here, man. I look at your team and it's so uninspiring. Liam Delap on the bench coming off for Chelsea. You look to your left and Desiree Doué stood next to him. I mean, how have Chelsea spent all this money and they're in the Champions League and you got Delap coming off the bench and PSG are bringing Doué off? Like, it's even letting Rio and Gamoa go. And letting him go to Liverpool for the best part of 10
I
mil.
hear what Kojo's saying. The players are not bad. I hear what Kojo's saying.
Anyway.
I hear what you're saying. The players are not bad. on paper, these players, Andre Santos is not a bad player, Caicedo is not a bad player, Enzo is not a bad player.
Yeah, but they're not
Palmer's
top.
a bad player.
They're not
But you
top.
know what is
They're not
bad?
top,
It's definitely
Mo.
top.
Some of them are very good. You're not going to tell me that Cole Palmer, talent-wise, he doesn't have as much talent as most people at Arsenal, for example. Do you know what the problem is, Romario? Is you cannot have no leaders on the pitch, no experience, and have no experience outside on the touchline. If this team is managed by a prime Mourinho, for example, or a Jurgen Klopp, or someone with experience, this team would have done much better.
No, I
Because
agree.
it's either or. It's either or. It's either you get the experience on the touchline, someone that
But
will
no.
be able, like Mourinho, for example, he came to Chelsea and in 2004, and there was Arjen Robben
But Mo,
there.
this
There
is
was
my
young
point.
players Lampard was not old. And
But Mo,
there was Danny and the problem, I think the main problem at Chelsea, and I'm gonna repeat it again, the main problem is not the ownership, it's the ownership. It is hiring managers that cannot lead the team without the experience on the pitch. It's
But
that.
no, this is what I'm saying. You just mentioned 04 when Mourinho come in. That is under Roman Abramovich, who was very ambitious, a very hungry Roman Abramovich, who was willing to supply the manager. Ranieri, because Ranieri managed under Abramovich before Mourinho come in, and he supplied the likes of Ida Johnson. So that was under a different ownership. This ownership, Mo, have been here for what, Kojo? 4 years? 3 years now? Might have been a bit longer. And
5
what
years.
what they've shown us, Mo, is not that they're going to get an experienced manager, that they're going to get an experienced defense. They're going to get young players that they believe have sell-on value. So what is it?
Potential.
They're buying potential. Obviously, the likes of Caicedo and Enzo, you're buying a bit of both. You're buying the potential with the ability, the likes of Cole Palmer. So I get it, João Pedro, great signing. But for me, there's almost too much of that. And I just don't understand what you guys are seeing that will change that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Chelsea...
Just a manager. I promise you, just a manager. Xavi Hernandez.
But it's defense
Just
as
a
well,
manager.
Mo.
Just
It's
a
the
manager, in my
defenders as
opinion.
well.
Projects are painful.
These defenders are coachable. These defenders are coachable. You
I'm
can
not
coach
sure,
these
man.
defenders. They are coachable.
Mo, I saw
It's a
Newcastle.
footballing
I saw
issue.
Tino Livramento play a ball straight through the middle, and Wesley Fofana
That's
stopped
coaching.
running.
That's coaching.
But
That's coaching.
You
That's
can't
coaching.
coach a man to run back. You either run your
It's
ass
not a
back or
running
you
back. The
don't.
line was crooked.
The line.
The line was crooked.
Yeah,
That-
but
that-
Fofana could have caught him, man. He didn't even
could
try,
have.
though.
But the reality situation is, when I look at Chelsea, is that yes, I can say inexperienced managers, but I'll say it again, what I've said before, which is the previous person who came, right? Okay, so before Maresca came in, right, there was no real system, right? Pochettino was probably the closest person to getting these boys to come together and play, but it was still
He was
disjointed,
good. He was good.
right? So they sacked him early because I guess he was too much power and he could say something back to them, right? Then they brought in Maresca. When Maresca came in, he stabilized Chelsea. And when he stabilized them, he brought a system in. Okay. Now, the system that he brought in is good for possession, but you need people to score goals. And Chelsea have been suffering with scoring goals before Maresca got there. He didn't solve that issue, right? So what you see now, Chelsea, is still the bare bones of Maresca's football, even though Liam Messina...
Maresca was not a bad coach as well.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad coach. What I'm saying to you is that he built a toothless team, right? The system that he built is toothless.
It's very Arteta Pep-esque. It's very build-up heavy. It's very, I know what you mean.
Even Arsenal is transformed, right? That possession football is good if you've got ballers who can do the business. But there are very few teams in this whole world who can play like that, right? Barcelona being one of the few teams in the world because they had ballers. Yeah, it's
Real
very hard to
Madrid,
get that team again.
PSG.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? And even Real Madrid don't even play possession football per se, right?
They just play on talent. They just play on talent.
Yeah. So we're trying to do something we're trying to copy this kind of tiki-taka football where we keep possession of the football, and that's great. But if you ever watch Chelsea, I went to watch them live, and I've seen them a few games as well. And the same thing I've always said to them that they have an issue with: they don't do the basics. In football, right? When you are playing teams, you know what you can do? When you guys pass the ball on the edge of the box, you know what you should do? The person should run beyond the last defender. None of them do that. Everybody plays in front of the defense. There's nobody shooting from outside the box. In the beginning of the season, Caicedo was shooting outside the box. What was happening? He was scoring. He stopped doing that, and all of a sudden, now the team is also congested because you don't stretch the pitch. They did it against PSG today. How many times do you see a player running beyond the last defender? You don't. So they're not doing the basics. They've taught them how to keep the ball, but they've not taught them how to have the kill. And whenever you teach a team how to keep the ball but have no kill, it doesn't matter how much ball we had. PSG could counterattack us only a few times, and it was in the top corner 3 times. It's simple basics. Run beyond your defender and pass the ball to the person who's running beyond the defender, because that creates fear. Nobody's scared if you're going to pass it 25 million times in front of me, side to side. Nobody's scared of that. Nobody is, because you need to put the ball in the net, and the net's on the side. It's in front of you. You know.
To your point, though. I mean, and I'm not arguing the point, but again, you talk about the style of play. I mean, Chelsea has the 3rd most goals in the Premier League, behind only Arsenal and City, and they've given up. If you want to look at the other way, the 3rd least, I believe it is, behind only like City, Arsenal. There's a couple of teams on 35 goals that they've given up. So I don't know that. To me, it's hard to just say, oh, it's the system or the lack of, you know, this style or this style. I think you can win with any style, and you know, maybe you're right that they need more finishers, which again goes back to why do you go get a Garnacho versus going to get, you know, some of these other players. Yeah, so again, maybe it is style of play, but maybe it is going back to the original statement that maybe they just don't have the right players or the players that they need to be able to go win, is because they've gone and bought not necessarily potential, but they bought players that they think have an upside that they can turn around and sell, because they've looked at it as a business and they're playing the stock market. Basically, they're taking players and they're trying to, you know, buy low, sell high, and that's what they're concerned about, as opposed to just go win. And you know, there's probably reasons for that. Maybe one of those being, you know, American owners who care about the money more than the trophies and the glory.
I think if I'm now fearful for Chelsea not to get Champions League next season, and that will be
This is what I'm saying.
that would be terrible. That'd be terrible, because you're gonna have a transfer ban in 2 years. You might not make Champions League. Which players are gonna join Chelsea convinced that this project is going forward? I don't know.
You think they'll actually have a transfer ban?
We've had a transfer ban before. Don't worry, we'll be fine.
No, but that's transfer ban suspended, so that's not going to come. That's which is
coming 2028, 2020. Okay, sorry, 2028.
So it will come, or is it like if they break any more rules?
It will come 2028. Suspended for 2 years. So it's basically giving them a chance to spend a lot of money over the next 2 years, right? Before they get suspended. That's how it works.
Screams corruption, didn't it, Mo? You like what?
No, it's not. That has always been happening. That's always the case.
So what happened to Leicester? Didn't Leicester get points deducted? Didn't Leicester
that has nothing to do with that. That is not okay for that thing. It's not this owner's fault. It's not this team's fault. It's not okay. The current Chelsea club, that is not their fault.
No, it's not. But I'll tell you this. What annoys me is Arsenal get criticised for set pieces and being hard to play against. But both Man City and Chelsea have financial charges against them and have won all of these trophies, and no one's annoyed. Like, what's going on?
Okay. I didn't know that. Suspended for 2 years if there's any further.
That's what I mean. It's not. I thought that it's not even coming into play mode. This is what I mean. They've just suspended it, so they're not even going to get a transfer ban. It's not corruption. Obviously, it's not corruption, but it does scream of the big clubs getting protected. Like, what's going on with Man City's charges? It's gone silent. Chelsea have done what they've done. These teams have been winning leagues when Arsenal and Arsene Wenger were getting criticised, and these were effectively cheating. I don't know, man. It's sour grapes, isn't it? But for me, seeing Chelsea where they're at now, where they can't do all of that dodgy financial stuff and the world sort of caught up, maybe it's just back to reality, Kojo, man. Maybe this is just Chelsea returning. You know that you're not the biggest club in London. All right, you have won the Champions League. We haven't. But it's just, even those Champions League, they should have an asterisk. I've heard people say Arsenal's Premier League should get an asterisk. Every trophy you won in that period deserves some sort of little note next to it. Financial doping. Very dodgy, man. Very dodgy.
I thought about it. I genuinely thought about this. To be honest with you, I thought about it. It's a very tricky, guys. It's a very tricky situation. But I thought about it. If you sign, and I know this will sound mad to some of the Chelsea fans that I have, but I want to actually have some objective answer about this. If Chelsea signed Eden Hazard, for example, and Eden Hazard was one of the most effective players for Chelsea to win a Premier League title, especially in 14-15. And they signed him illegally. It's proven, they reported it.
Mhm.
Shouldn't that not count? I'm going to give you an example of this. If Salah, who we all agreed that Salah is very responsible for Liverpool's win last season, right?
Yeah.
If it comes to light later that Salah was signed illegally, okay?
Mhm.
Would Liverpool have won the league if they weren't able to sign Salah? Would Liverpool have won the league last season?
No.
Probably not. No.
Coach,
should-
that's
should-
all right, man. That's all right.
So should
no,
there be an asterisk over Chelsea's titles that were won there?
If you want to, it won't. It won't.
I'm
make a
asking
difference.
the
We won.
question. I'm open to.
It
I'm
won't
open
change
to
anything for me.
ideas.
Put the asterisk there. It's like putting. It's the same argument we have with Man City.
I know
don't
it
care.
won't.
Listen,
It won't
bro,
take the joy.
for me
It won't
personally,
take the
City
joy.
won. Whether
Okay.
they cheated or not, you didn't catch them. So at the end of the day,
Okay.
what you want to cry
No, but
about at the time,
Jay,
you didn't catch them at the time.
Does
They're
that
now
not
being caught
believe?
after. There's no retrospective. There's nothing we can do. History has been made. Like you can't take a genie out the bottle and put it back in. Right? No matter what we do, we can put asterisk next to Man City's name and how many titles they won. But you know what's happened? They won. Is it?
Can I ask you another question, Roma? Can I ask you a question?
You can't.
If
You can't
time-
do it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If time goes, okay, I just want to ask you, I just want to get to the bottom of this before we move on to actually talk about City and the football and Arsenal. If it was proven that in 08-09, Manchester United, that won the league that time, that there was dodgy decisions that happened because some of the referees were biased for Manchester United because there were briberies, there was something that happened.
Absolutely.
Do you think that title should be stripped?
No. Again, you got to catch.
No?
them. No, you got to catch. Listen. In
Of
life,
course he
in
has
life.
to say no, Mo. He has to say
No,
no.
I don't have to say
He
no.
can't say that.
I want to tell
He
you the realest
can't.
thing about life. I want to tell you the realest thing about life, right?
Let him land it.
The difference between like football and maybe like athletics, where someone like in athletics, right? They're in a final race, they do one race only, and then that's it. It's over and done with. It's slightly different from football, right? In this aspect of football, you have time to catch them. If you ain't catch them in that season, that's not my business. You know what I'm saying to you? If we all knew Ferguson was greasing up the referees back in the day to get Fergie time, but you know what the reality is? They won. It is end of. You've got to do what you got to do in that time period. And there's nothing you can do about it. History has gone and we've moved past it. Man United are one of the greatest teams in the land. Man City are one of the greatest teams in the land for the titles they won. Regardless of whether you like it or not, it is there. Arsenal too.
So
It's your opinion.
Come on, take it
So
back.
Romario said, oh, he has to say no because in his mind, in order to be consistent. If I just said no, you can't strip it from Chelsea or you can't strip it from City, then you can't strip it in this case. But I disagree because what we're suggesting that, Chelsea have admitted to and been found guilty of, and what City is accused of but have not been found guilty as of yet. Those are things that happen off the pitch. What you suggested were things that were directly on the pitch, manipulating games in the moment. So I don't think that those things are the same. I don't think that it's inconsistent to say that one should be stripped or the other not stripped or whatever. Now, I don't know if they should be stripped or not, but I don't think it's inconsistent to say that one should or shouldn't, because again, it is it's just different. You can't, again, if you're manipulating a game that's on the pitch, if like every time which is why it doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on a ramble, but
No,
when PG and OL come out and say, oh, well, we were wrong and this should have been a penalty here or this should have been a penalty there. What's the point? Why come out and say that? Because you're not changing anything. You're not giving points to the team that should have gotten the points or should have gotten the penalty or whatever. So you're just coming out saying, we got it wrong, but oh, well, too bad. You got screwed,
Fair.
but oh, well,
Fair.
what's the point?
Well, hold on.
Let me
No,
do this.
just-
I want to
no.
go to City game as well. I want to go to City game.
Uh,
Mo, what do you think on the on that sheet of paper? I don't know what sheet of paper you're talking about. What do you think was on that sheet of paper? Oh, that Rosenior had a big piece of paper. He keeps writing on it, bro. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Just I don't know. Bring on PSG. Let's beat them on. They don't complain. We'll see. It's in the final. I think you're gonna. If Arsenal reach the final, Emmanuel, I think someone said RS is. Who's the Chelsea fan that said this? Bring on PSG. Let's beat them so they don't complain. Someone said that from the Chelsea side, that we beat them so they complain. So let's beat them again. The difference is now when PSG played serious. Only John Obi Mikel can save Chelsea now. John Obi Mikel is crazy.
I bet he's crying somewhere, isn't he?
I
Eh?
would A2 cope like this as well. Maybe. Robert Sanchez said that. Bring me PSG, let's beat them now for real. Here you go, Sanchez. I would happily take Enzo at Arsenal, to be honest. Really? You take Enzo Fernandes at Arsenal?
Keep him there, man. We don't want him.
Seriously. For Real Madrid, though, when Real Madrid dropped, did anybody see the penalty?
I didn't see that game. I was too busy flicking between us winning and Chelsea losing, man. What happened
They had the
over in
3
Italy?
games. Yeah.
What penalty?
Uh,
Or what the Real Madrid one?
yeah, I can try to see the picture.
Oh, sorry, Bernardo
yeah.
Silva. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I didn't know what
yeah.
you were talking about. My bad.
No, because you said, did Real Madrid get done dirty, Mo? Do you mean, did City get done dirty?
No, did City get done dirty?
No, that's a
No.
penalty, man. That's as
Look,
clear as
I'm a
day.
City fan. That's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Tarek, this is why I like you, Tarek. This is why. Because you're honest.
My man moved his arm towards the ball. It's a penalty. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
can't.
knew.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
hard.
and then he's looking around like, oh no, it didn't happen. Dude, you moved your arm to the ball. It's a penalty. Now, maybe what you could say, was there an offside in the buildup, and they showed us the semi-automated offside thing, and it says that he was on by a whisker. So, again, whether that's the right time or not, that's all being technical. But at the end of the day, was that a penalty? Yeah, it was a penalty. And at that point,
Are you
tie was
proud of the boys as
completely
well
over.
that played after?
I think we played very well with 10 men. And now again, I was working, so I'm trying to watch and work at the same time, or at least, yeah. I don't know if anybody's watching from my job, pretend to work, whatever, however you want to say that. But
A lot of times I did this in my previous job hundreds of times. I watched all the Champions League games.
no, but
like this.
so no, I don't think I think we played as well as can be expected, given the fact that we were already down big. We came in, we gave up a penalty, went down to 10 men, and continued to fight. At some point, the tie was already over, so you just got to see it out. You got to be professional. But yeah, I think the people that came in and that played, they played hard. They played, and we created opportunities. We just, again, we're my man talked about.
I thought Man City were amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
And I mean
again,
amazing.
I think if we play like that
Amazing.
on Sunday,
Amazing,
I think
amazing.
we win. I think we
I
win if
need
we
to
play like
With
that on
10 men,
Sunday.
with 10 men, they were amazing, Romario. They were
Yeah, but
amazing with 10 men.
Mo, you've watched football a long time, yeah? Does any part of you feel like Real Madrid dropped the gears? Come on, I didn't watch it. But I
No,
get
they were
inside
under
Real
pressure from minute 1. No, they were under pressure from minute 1.
Yeah,
No.
but I'm on about after 10 men. After 10 men, surely Real Madrid weren't going as hard as they
Probably,
did. Surely
maybe
they
you're
dropped the
right.
gear. Do you know what I mean? Because then they even go and score a goal. They got one disallowed because Vinny was offside. 2 minutes later, he goes and scores because I was
At the
watching
end,
the end
yeah.
of the game. For me, look,
Yeah.
Mo, I know what you're saying.
To be fair, they were already up big. They just needed to see the game out. They didn't have
Yeah.
to score.
Exactly. I think, Mo, you're commending them for being brave, which I respect. You're an honest man. I get it. You're sort of saying, look, they tried. They didn't give up. They didn't do Chelsea where they just got spanked at home. It wasn't that bad. But for me, this is a problem for City. Tarek, I don't know, you know more than me, but when I look at Man City, I don't even see a team there. I really don't think you've got a collective squad. The Man City we've all known in the last 10 years, especially under Pep, is a City team that's very almost robotic, like where you just turn up and churn out results. You're just winning. This City side, it's like you really have to try hard to win games. Every game feels like a battle. When you won those games against Liverpool, then I think you beat West Ham away, or you beat, no, not West Ham, it was another team, and you was on the pitch celebrating. Some of your players are on the floor, couldn't, like, acting like, the title race is back in your hands, which it was. And then since then, drew at home to Forest, drew away to West Ham, lost both legs to Real Madrid, albeit you did beat Newcastle in the FA Cup. But I just look at this Man City side, and if I were a fan, I'd be worried. I'd honestly be worried. I just don't think this is probably the worst City side. Well, it is the worst City side under Pep since his first year for me. I think it's a big rebuild. Big rebuild.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's part of
Yes,
it. We are in the
Yes,
midst
no.
of a rebuild, and you know, I agree. This team has been inconsistent from the moment the season kicked off. We've not had a consistent stretch. Again, we are accustomed to, you know, 10+ game winning streaks and having that run. And we haven't been able to have that. Now we've got an unbeaten streak or whatever, you know, you want to say that. But again, we know draws is what kills you. So, you know, that's kind of pointless at this point in the season. So yeah, I think that you're right in the fact that this team is not clicking on all cylinders like those other teams were. And part of it is because we are trying to integrate new players. We're in the process of phasing out some other players. And quite honestly, we're going to be in a state of transition again next year, because if, let's say, as I expect, Bernardo Silva leaves, he's been a big part of this team throughout this whole Pep cycle. So you're going to take out somebody that's been a rock in there, and then you're going to try to replace him with someone that just doesn't have that same experience. So we're in the midst of a transition. We started last season. We're still in the midst of it. And quite honestly, if we're not careful, we're going to be in it again next year. We need to. So again, trying to buy in January and do all that stuff, we're trying to shorten the time that we're in this downturn or in this transition, because we've seen the likes of a United, we've seen the likes of an Arsenal, when, you know, they go through those big transitions. In those cases, with managers leaving, at some point it'll be Pep walking out the door. We're trying to make sure that we don't have that same long-term dip in form. There's going to be a dip, because you can't lose Pep Guardiola at some point and not have a dip. But how do you shortcut that process? So you got to get the players in now. You got to get them playing like a team. You got to, you know, do all that stuff now. So it's not, you know.
Are you prepared for life after Pep then?
Am I prepared for life after Pep? I mean, yeah.
Like
life goes on.
you think
am I looking forward to it? No, I'm not looking forward to it. He can stay as long as he wants, in my mind.
Some Man City fans are not prepared for life after Pep, which is like, it's not going to be all rosy. It's going to be up and down.
No, I think that, well, okay, so maybe you're right in the fact that people
got used to City winning over the last 8 years.
Yeah. Quite honestly, look, I'm not from Manchester, if you can't tell, right? So no, I only know winning. Quite honestly, I only know winning, but I also know that that's not maybe where the club has always been, and I'm okay with we're not going to win them all this season. If we don't win,
if Pep doesn't win the league this season, it will be the first time he goes back-to-back seasons without winning the league.
Exactly. I've already think that the league is gone, right? So I'm not even worried about the league. We got to go win the Carabao Cup to even hopefully have a trophy this season. We don't want to go trophyless. So
were Man City trophyless last season?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and that would be 2 seasons back in a row.
Is Pep not getting enough? Is Pep not getting enough scrutiny over spending that much money over the last 12 months?
Pep is getting
and not winning trophies.
Scrutiny from who?
Like from the media. No one is talking about
the media.
Listen,
I don't know.
Like, number one, I gotta just say something. Pep Guardiola has been at Man City for 9 years now. This is going to be his 10th year, right?
Yeah.
With all due respect, and I've been saying this for a while, to not win the Champions League but one time is actually massive. Is ridiculous, right?
Say that again.
Like for me, he had to win more than one Champions League. He had to win more than one Champions League. He had all the tools.
There were, I want to say, like 8 to 10 years in between Sir Alex when he won the first Champions League and then winning it again. Pretty sure it was like almost 10 years in between. So for him to only be here 10 years, you're saying he's got to win basically in his first year and his last year, somewhere in between. I just think the Champions League doesn't work that way. I mean, you're playing the best of all of Europe. again, that would be a slap in the face to a Bayern team, to a PSG team that have come up at the same time that Man City did, and say,
Yeah.
oh, I don't care how good these other teams are, you should be winning. No, it just doesn't work that way. A Real Madrid who win it every other year, it feels like. So yeah, I think that
I disagree with you.
To have won it? Yes. Are there chances that we could have won it? Yes. Were there things that you look back on and be like, man, if only that decision had gone that way or this decision had gone that way? Sure. But at the end of the day, to say, oh, because somebody uses the term, and I don't think you said it this time, but to hear the term, oh, he's a failure because he only won one. No,
he's not a failure at City. 100%. He dominated English football. He's definitely not a failure. He's a massive success. But in the Champions League, you were favorites. Even when you lost to Real Madrid, you were favorites.
Mo,
when Real Madrid won, you were favorites to win that competition. You lost to Spurs.
It's a one-off game.
Lyon. You lost to Monaco. It was two-legged games, and he failed to manage these games.
I'm talking. Yeah, talking about finals.
He failed to manage these games. That's not a one game. It's not because of a referee's decision. He failed. He was better than Real Madrid for 170 minutes out of the 180 minutes. Yeah, he got knocked out. He was better than Lyon for the majority of the game. Yeah, he got knocked out. He was better than Spurs the majority of the game. Yeah, he got knocked out. How are we not talking about the game management for Pep Guardiola in the Champions League when he has the best team in Europe over this season? With all those, you were playing Real Madrid with Benzema and Vinny, and that was young Vinny. Vinny was not even great, and you lost the game. Pep Guardiola should have won more Champions Leagues with Manchester City, without a shadow of a doubt. He failed in that aspect. I know that it's one Champions League, yes, but he failed in that aspect. By the way, it's similar. I'm going to give you an example of this. Inter, under Simone Inzaghi, we won one league title in 4 years. We were favorites the 4 years. Even though he won one league title, he still failed. He's considered a failure at Inter, even though he won the league title.
Mo,
why?
Do you know what
because you were favorites 4 years.
Mo, I think, with Pep, I think he's
underachieving. Underachieving is better.
Underachieving is better, yeah. I think
underachieving is better.
I think one more year without a trophy, if he stays next season and doesn't win a trophy, that's when I think the pressure will rank up. Because even if you look at, I guess the best comparison to Pep at the minute is Sir Alex Ferguson. Only those two really dominated the league like they have. And I think Sir Alex won 2 Champions Leagues, if I'm not mistaken. And that is in 18 years. So that's one every 9 years. So Pep is technically on a similar trajectory to
and that was my point. That was my point. There's not much difference there.
There's not many managers apart from Ancelotti and Zidane and they're a bit unique. They got the Real Madrid gene, can truly claim dominating the Champions League. It's a weird competition. Arsenal, well documented, we've never won it. It's embarrassing. I don't like it. But at the same time, you can sort of just say, well, it is the Champions League. You need a little bit of luck to go your way. You look at Chelsea the first time they won it.
Yeah, but luck goes one time, Romario, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
So Monaco, Lyon, Spurs, Real Madrid. Is that like how many times?
But Mark, I could look at that Lyon game. I remember Sterling misses from about a yard out and fires it over. And I'm thinking, how the hell has Sterling missed? If he scores, they probably go through to the final. They play PSG. So I know what you're saying, Mo. Like, maybe Pep, because you hold him to that standard.
Like, if I compare him to Ancelotti, who won 2003, lost the 2005, won the 2007 in a span of like 4 years with that AC Milan team. Okay, yeah. That's achieving something with them. You know what I mean? He didn't win the leagues, but for me, Pep Guardiola has. And if he doesn't win the league next season, are we talking about the Mourinho now decline that happened to Mourinho after he left Real Madrid? Is that something that, can we talk about that?
I think
why not? Why not? Kojo, while you're shaking your head, why not?
Because you told me mention Mourinho, so that's why he's probably shaking his head.
So why Mourinho won a treble with Inter. Mourinho won back-to-back with Chelsea. Mourinho then went to Real Madrid, got 100 points. Pep left Real Madrid, and then the decline happened after this, right? So 3 years without a league title?
Again, like, there are very few managers that can keep on winning. There's an elite club that only, like you mentioned, Carlo Ancelotti is one of those people, right? He's one of the few managers alongside Pep. Even Jose it was previously in that, you can say he was in that club or whatever, right? But there are very few managers who keep winning.
And there is very few managers that get the same tools as Pep Guardiola.
Absolutely,
very few managers.
But what? Even if you got the same tools, you wouldn't.
I actually think there is nobody in the history that got Pep Guardiola's tools. There is nobody in the history that started working. There is Messi, then went to Bayern Munich, dominated the league, and then went to Man City. It's literally
you couldn't manage.
It's the genie. It's the genie. You kind of like you do the thing, and then like, bro, it's the genie. Man City.
No. It's like saying if you wear the I don't want to say that example. Let me just say this. A lot of times we say if the person, he got almost kind of saying that he got lucky, right? That he had these tools that were given.
Never said that. No.
But you kind of implied that, right? By saying he had Messi at the time, he's been given money. You're acting as if it's luck. It's not luck. Listen, when people are great, they get given great resources. Right? If you're not great, it doesn't matter if you get Messi in your team. Mo, you can put Messi in Liverpool, and if your Liverpool team doesn't play well with Messi, it don't matter because it doesn't work. People are gifted. That's what Pep is. That's why I said, like, I'm a Chelsea fan, but you can't talk nothing about Pep blood. You cannot talk about that man. If you only won one Champions League with Man City, he's won it with Barcelona before. So it's his personal CV is fine. you're questioning whether he should have won more with Man City. Okay, he could have.
What's he won? Three Champions Leagues in his career, Pep? Or
I think that's underachieving for how he is. It's genuinely underachieving.
I don't think it's underachieving again because
number one, two of them were with Messi, so that's
Champions League is not a league. Champions League is not the same as league. I know it has a name in it, but it's not the same as a league, right?
And so that's the difference.
It's a cup game. Right, which means there's an element of luck, yes, but there's an element of preparation, which is it's not the same because it's not a long journey, right? It's a quick, short burst, and there are some managers who are eloquently gifted to work with short bursts. Yeah, okay, right. So again, we don't want to. I don't want to have that conversation about Pep, about him necessarily quote unquote underachieving. I'm sure if he comes out, he'll probably say, "Listen, he wishes he could have won more." I think anybody who plays wish he could have won more, even if they won everything. They wish he could have won more. Like you know what I'm saying to you, you're gonna think about that goal that you missed. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, oh, I could have won another extra World Cup. Yeah, you probably could have, but the reality of the situation is, right? He is one of the greatest managers in football who's alive.
Yeah, and probably I'm not denying that.
You know what I'm saying to you? So
I just think that Pep is a great league manager. That if he's given the tool, if he's given the tools, he will win you the league. He will dominate. He will create a system that will win you probably against 16 out of the 19 teams he plays. I just think that he's in the cups. He underachieves with Bayern Munich. He underachieves with Manchester City, especially in the biggest competition, which is the Champions League. That is what I think. To be honest.
Just to make Mo right a little bit, and because I know what Kojo's saying, and I sort of agree with both of you, which is, in other words, I'm sitting on the fence. But you look at Pep's record in domestic cups in Spain and in England, but mainly his record in England. I don't think any managers won more league cups. His FA Cup record's decent. So you look at you could take the League Cup, and I know it's different opposition to the Champions League, completely different, but it's not to say Pep doesn't perform in cup football. He is a manager who has won many cups, and I think what separates Pep and is why you can't really talk about him is because he's won 4 Premier League titles in a row, something that no manager's ever done. So it's like, I think the league is more important than the Champions League. I think for me, I'd be more disappointed if Arsenal didn't win the league and then won the Champions League than vice versa. I think it's more important that Arsenal win the Premier League before getting the Champions League after 22 years. So I know what you're saying, Mo. Like, he probably would agree that he's underachieved, but I don't think we...
So if Arteta wins the league and the Champions League this season, is that more impressive than Pep winning the treble with Man City?
No. How can winning 2 trophies be better than winning 3?
Is the difficulty of the job more? Is winning the Champions League with Porto the same as winning the Champions League with Barcelona or Real Madrid?
Are you suggesting that Porto and this Arsenal team are at the same level? Because this Arsenal team is supposed to be one of the best in the world. They have the best defense in the world. They're leading the PL, not the Portuguese league, but they're leading the PL. What are we acting like this team is? We're not going to minimize who this team is. This team is good. So let's not act like, oh, this is some. I mean, again, anytime anybody that wins it, it's a feat. But let's not over exaggerate it, Mo. Come on. And
I
to
think
your
winning the
point,
treble
to
is
your
the
point,
ultimate.
I will say this: I appreciate the way my man backed Pep. Appreciate it, love it, because I love the respect. I will also say that, you know, there are plenty of City fans who, to your question or to your point, who are questioning Pep. Now, again, there's plenty of people that are Pep out. Red Camp in the chat is Pep out. Big up to him. You know, I can't tell him he's wrong to be. I mean, I'm not Pep out because again, it's more than just. It's more than one or two seasons in a row that we haven't. But again, we're in second place.
There's only one man who can replace Pep
what are we
as
talking
well,
about?
And his name is Luis Enrique.
And if you don't get him, who are you going to get?
You could say
they're going to go try to get
company,
Vinci,
but
yeah.
I don't know if it's too early. I think company's got something good at Bayern Munich. I think he should stay there. I think managers can sometimes move on too quick. I think with Luis Enrique, maybe he gets bored of PSG. You have to take opportunities. I think Chelsea should be itching to get Simeone or Enrique. But yeah, for me, like asking for Pep, saying Pep out, it's way too soon for that. I think it's.
But it goes back to what you said earlier about the fact that there are fans, there are supporters, there are people who, because we haven't won 2 years in a row, and we've become accustomed to winning. Now we're throwing, you know, our toys out the pram, to use a English phrase, right?
I like that.
You know, it's like you can't get upset now because all of a sudden you know what it feels like to be a winner, and now all of a sudden you can't.
The problem is the money.
Yeah.
If you are being presented with that much money over a year, you might want to actually do better with that money.
Yeah, but again, you think about who we have lost, who we're losing. But we're trying to put people in place to try to shortcut. Again, even in a transition, we were within touching distance of this league. Now, I don't think we were going to win it, but we're within touching distance. And so again, that's trying to do this transition in a way that doesn't feel like, hey, we have to be in 5th or 6th or 7th place for however many years before we can come back, you know, and get competing at the top. That's a choice. And it's an approach to how we want to handle it.
Yeah. Quest, I want to ask you something, Quest, about this. I want you to go, Quest, and look at Manchester City's point tally every time Liverpool won the league. Manchester City are on course to have more points this season than the point tally that they had when Arsenal won the league. When Liverpool won the league. Does that mean that Jurgen Klopp wasn't good? Does that mean that take away with Jurgen Klopp's achievement of winning the Premier League with Liverpool?
Mo. This is what I rate, Mo.
No, it doesn't. Also, the Premier League now is very hard. Okay, if the Premier League is bad, how can Pep Guardiola spending $500 million in 1 year and he's not winning the league then? He's not walking the league. He should be walking the league then. He should be walking the league this season then, Quest. Right? Because he spent $500 million. He got Marmoush, Gay, Semenyo, he got Reinders. Bro, he got Nico Gonzalez. He got a lot of players then. He got Donnarumma. He should be walking the league then.
Mo, do you know what it is? When Arsenal do well, people turn stupid. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's like everyone's all of a sudden the league's bad because Arsenal are doing well. Like you said, City are dropping points left, right, and centre.
Quest and Ashraf tomorrow. Quest, I want you to bring this up tomorrow with Ashraf, please, on the channel. Please do. Tomorrow, I want you to tell Ashraf the same exact comment. Quest, please do.
So I don't agree that my bad. Go ahead.
That's actually Quest's Kojo's brother, just to let you guys know. He's on the channel every.
Kojo, man, you need to chat to Quest. I've been on there with Quest before, man, and you know I like Quest, good guy. But the trouble is, Quest, man, don't let the ADS shouts out. Where's my man? AFC Frequency, Arsenal derangement syndrome. It's when you see the team is doing well, and we're doing so good that your brain just starts to stop working. How can you look at the league when Tottenham have just gone to Liverpool, nicked a point in their awful, Forest at City, West Ham at home to City, Chelsea, Newcastle? Like, there's so many results that are just up and down. Even us at Wolves, we drew 2-2 with Wolves. They're bottom of the league. The league's never been more competitive. Wolves get a result against Brentford 2-0 down. It's a competitive league. Every team.
Well, let's actually switch to Arsenal for the last 25 minutes. Can we do?
Real quick, let's just say on the flip side of that, though, when Liverpool in City were at their heights, it was 97 points and still not winning the league.
Yeah, but
it's hard. It's hard to say.
You two were, sorry to cut you, but you two were exceptionally better than the rest of the league. Whereas I think this league is more balanced. I think the quality throughout the league has been distributed more evenly. Whereas when you two were battling away, you were head and shoulders above the rest of the league. It was a duopoly. It was City and Liverpool. There was no conversation about Chelsea, Arsenal, or United. It wasn't even a conversation. So for me, if anything, that's like a Barcelona, Real Madrid, La Liga, and there's no Atletico Madrid to challenge. Do you know what I mean? Or like you want a league where you could argue Arsenal running away with the league, but Villa were close to us at one point. They were within 2 points of us. City could have won the league with their games in hand, and they've fallen off. For me, it's a bit disingenuous, and it stinks of salt water, this hate towards Arsenal, trying to take away from us our first league title in 22 years. Just let us enjoy it. Yeah, we do score a lot of set pieces, but we scored the most open play goals in the league this year. And it's funny, it's narrative. But don't let the narrative convince you it's a bad league. It's a very competitive league. Very.
Blaming people not cheating for not competing.
We're going to win it, Kojo. Don't worry. We're going to win it, bro. Clip me.
I know you will. No, I believe Arsenal are going to win it. I don't have no doubts about Arsenal winning it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And fair play, well done.
The league or Sunday?
Sunday.
I'm not sure. It's a toss. It's a toss up, right?
I wasn't sure what he was referring to because I think he went a little too early about Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday is it's up in the open, man. It can go to either team, man. You know what I mean? If you're on your best day, you know, both teams can be devastating. And, you know, Arsenal's just a different team now, you know, and I do like watching you guys play. You know, and that's what I said, like,
Quest needs to listen to you more, man. He needs to listen to you.
I mean, like I said, me personally, I'm happy to see Arsenal transform. You know what I'm saying to you? Like this I said to you about football, it's about basics, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? Y'all went out, did the business. It took a couple of years, but you guys look, I've got no problems if you guys bully man in the corner. I don't care how that ball goes in, bro. Get that ball in the net. If we're bullying goalkeepers, we're bullying your defense. It's on to you to do, it's on to us to make sure that we're doing the business. So is there an agenda against you? Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be an agenda when your football isn't pretty. I mean, us as Chelsea went through it for a couple of seasons because we always had a low block and they complain about us only having 1-0. So whenever football's not beautiful, people get annoyed about the fact that you're winning. And even if you all have beautiful football, we all got annoyed at Man City. At one point, we just said it's a Man City league at this point because they just kept on winning, right? So when people win, people are going to ordinarily hate on you.
No.
So when you win, people do hate on you. I'm telling you, Mo, let me tell you this now. What's happened to Arsenal?
City got hated on when we were winning leagues.
Every team that won. It's not personal to Arsenal. It's personal to winners. Anytime you win a league, look, okay, before Arsenal won their league, it was Man City that we were getting at. Before Man City, it was Chelsea. Before Chelsea was getting at Chelsea, it was Man United. There's always a narrative. Man United pay the referee 30 times. When it's Man City, they spend all the Arab money. That's why they're winning. Oh, Chelsea, they spend all the Russian money. That's why they're winning. And now it's Arsenal. It's only can take corners. That's why they're winning. And every time they do that, it shows us it's not an intellectual take. The better team has won. It's okay to accept that this team is just a better team and we're getting beat. It is what it is, bro. I wouldn't even say pause on that because just we're getting beat. You know what I mean?
I can't add to that. I can't. Hey, listen, he's spitting.
I disagree completely. Completely disagree.
Disagree.
I'm a content creator, right? I've been following this league for a while. I've been doing content for over 3-4 years now, right?
Yeah.
The hate that Arsenal are getting this season is unprecedented. It's something I've not seen before from a team that is winning the league. And I'm being completely honest. And I know why. There is a reason for it, Kojo. Because hating Arsenal and rage-baiting Arsenal fans makes people money. It makes the BBC money. It makes Sky Sports money. It makes Talksport money. It makes them money. You sitting and saying Arsenal are rubbish, posting that video, it will get Arsenal fans clicking and responding in the comments. Ads, mean money. There is a lot of evidence about it. People lie and change their stance in football based on the team that is winning. They change that. It's reality, Kojo. Like you watch the BBC, it was within 1 week. What?
You agree with me then? Because your point was
No,
that
no. They changed.
winners.
No, they
So you agree
changed
with
the
me?
stance. They changed their stance. For example, if if Liverpool are scoring set pieces, it's set piece kings. When Arsenal score set pieces, Arsenal are rubbish. If Arsenal are strong defensively, oh, you're so bad. When Chelsea are strong defensively, we praise that team. They are fantastic. When Van Dijk and Liverpool were very strong defensively, they used to praise the defense so much. Now it's a negative thing that you're strong
Coach, you
defensively.
can't-
It's a
don't flop
negative
on that.
thing that you're strong defensively.
Genuinely,
I've seen people. I've seen a lot of pundits, and I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying everyone.
I know,
Bro, I've seen people. So Arsenal, one of the things that Arsenal do, which is something that I commend them for doing this season, is if you're not gonna win, don't lose. Right? Which actually, it helps you a lot in cup competitions. It helps you a lot in the Champions League. It helps you a lot in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, right? I've seen people say, yeah, but the draws are gonna hurt you. But yeah, Habibi, no, in the cup, a draw is a good thing for you. It's not a bad thing for you. Like going away to Liverpool. Let me give you an example. Going away to Leverkusen and being 1-0 down and bringing it back to 1-1, actually, that's a positive. I don't see this as a negative. Why? Because when Arsenal played bad, they drew the game. They brought it back to the Emirates as a draw, not a loss. So both teams need to score. But in the media, I saw more criticism of Arsenal in the first game than I have seen for other. I've seen more criticism of Arsenal than I've seen for Chelsea. Bro, you know how mad that is? Chelsea went and they were 5-2. They lost 5-2. And I've seen more criticism of Arsenal being 1-1 against Leverkusen than Chelsea losing 5-2 to PSG. I've seen it in the media. Go to TalkSport. Go to the clips. Go to go to CBS. Go to everybody. You see that?
I agree. Because we're not top. I don't know what. Look, you're making yourself a professional victim, and I want you to come out.
I'm not an Arsenal fan even.
No, but I don't want to give Arsenal. I don't want you to give Arsenal the professional victim the slapstick, right? Because if you go into ESPN, they still don't like Chelsea. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it because there are going to be some teams that they just don't like, bro. And the reality is, we wouldn't care if you weren't winning. I promise you now.
100%, yes. I agree with that. I agree with this. If Arsenal aren't close, no.
You're not.
If Arsenal aren't close to the top,
the only reason why it's plastered across all the media is because you started winning. It's just
where
that
the
simple.
hell,
It's not professional victimism. It's not because we do the same thing to every other team.
I want to move on from this point to get like 15 points on how on the football that Arsenal played against Leverkusen.
Let me just say this in response. Where did the term banter FC come from? Tell me. Let's go on the journey because I lived this. Okay, we all know. Even fan content has stemmed from Arsenal. Robbie, AFTV. We all know the story. You could blame us. You could say it's our fault for doing it, for having content around our failures. But the Arsenal are the most spoken about English team online. Maybe after United or level with United. But when Arsenal lose, when we drew with Wolves, you would have thought that the world had ended. Everyone was like, oh my God, Arsenal bottling it. Arsenal have done it again. It's over. Even Mo had to tell me off when we drew with Aston Villa. He was like, just calm down. He was like, just calm down. It happens. Like Arsenal, Mo makes a good point. When it comes to making money, Arsenal, Man United and Chelsea, they're the three. These three teams, Liverpool don't even touch how much money those three teams make when it comes to talking about the clubs. So those three, United, Chelsea, Arsenal. But the thing with Arsenal is our fans click. They click and they're easily rage baited. So I agree with Mo's point there. And Coach, what you're saying about us winning, I think that's increased the sort of looks on us because we're top. They
haven't even won yet, Kojo, by the way. They haven't even won.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine what happens then. But to be honest, I think actually if and when we do win the Premier League, I think it will calm down a bit. And I think the likes of Kojo and people, whoever else or online fans will look at it and they'll just be like, you know what, fair play.
But there is something, can I counter what you say, Romario, for one thing?
Go on.
In 2021, when Liverpool were going for the quad, this is when I started fan content. Every time I joined the stream, it wasn't about Arsenal because you were forced and you were comfortable forced. You remember Spurs nicked that fourth place at the end from you?
Yeah.
You were forced, right? There wasn't talks about Arsenal. Every stream I joined was, are Liverpool winning the quad? Are Liverpool winning the quad? Are Liverpool winning the quad?
I remember that.
Every year, every stream, was are Liverpool winning the quad or not? So Liverpool then were talked about a lot, actually. Arsenal, at the end, when you didn't get Champions League, we were speaking about Arsenal. But one of the reasons why Arsenal is spoken about is that you are now the closest to the top without winning. So you got to understand this.
That's true.
But
That's
I'm
true.
talking about the football analysis, Kojo. The football analysis of Arsenal is different. People analyze Arsenal's football games different than others.
It's so true.
People
so
go
true.
easy to the they go to the I'm gonna tell you what I mean by this. They go easy to the narrative, to the buzzwords. Yeah, Arsenal bottled this game. Arsenal, the mentality here is shit. Arsenal is Arsenal can't handle the pressure. Instead of analyzing what happened in the football game, instead of what happened, like how did Arteta tactically failed or succeeded in that game, they don't do this. They don't give them any grace of analyzing the football. And I gave an example in the overlap. I gave you that. I think I told you that example, but I said that example to many people before. On the overlap, there was Luke chatting with the Arsenal guy. They were having a football conversation about Arsenal games versus City run, which games can drop points. Then pops a guy and says, it doesn't matter because Arsenal are a bottle job anyway. That's on Sky Sports. And then everyone laughs and the conversation ended there. Because Arsenal are a bottle job. And I'm like, really, you contributed a lot to this conversation by just saying this. They were having a very good football conversation about the players, where City can improve, Gay, Semenyo, and Arsenal, Gabriel, blah, blah, blah. And then that guy popped up and said, yeah, it doesn't matter because Arsenal are a bottle job. You're going to bottle it anyway. And that conversation completely twisted.
No offense, Arsenal. But were you not bottle jobs?
1 year, one of the
But is that how you analyze? But Kojo, is that how we analyze football now?
I'm going to tell you this, right? When Lampard took over Chelsea, right? Gary Neville said the exact same thing about us. He said these young boys are bottle jobs. Listen, I'm telling you now, we are in an internet phase. We are actually influencing those people who are in media and forefront media. You're absolutely right that they're going to use certain words. The truth of the matter is, right, once Arsenal win, this bottle job thing goes away. You have been bottle jobs. I'm so sorry. If
only
you come
once,
second,
only one season.
It's not about once. If you keep coming second consecutive times, it looks like you're bottling it. So the reality of the situation is, I'm not saying that I think Arsenal have done a great job this season. I'm saying again, I'm backing Arsenal. I love the fact you play good football. I'm just saying that the truth of the matter is that's been the conversation that's been roaming around for a very long time amongst us as fans, amongst us as people who discuss football, and inevitably that word gets into the media space. I'm sure they're thinking the exact same thing. So this is not a thing that's personal to Arsenal and them discussing you differently. No, you are bottle jobs, and your own fans would agree you've been bottle jobs for the last few seasons. Now, it's easy to turn it around and be like, well, no, I don't think we're bottle jobs because this season you're now winning. If you weren't winning, I can guarantee you that I'll go on Arsenal AFT, AF, whatever it's called, and you will hear them screaming at the team, we're bottle jobs, we can't win, we need to change Arteta route, Arteta this, that. Well, you're not doing that. Was it not long ago that you guys were saying Arteta out? Was it not long ago people were saying that Arteta was not good enough? I'm not talking about anybody else, your own fans. So this happens where in the media space where information will get out to other people and they will pick up on what you say. Yes, they're going to pick up on those things. They're not discussing you any different than you discuss yourselves. I'm going to tell you this now. They're not discussing you any different.
I want to
let Arsenal fan explain if I'm lying or not. Do you guys not to say that you guys were bottle jobs previous seasons? Were you not cussing your own team?
Listen, it worked great. Not last season, the season before, 23-24, we bottled it. We should have won.
We have discussed this. Probably. We've discussed. I want to go back to the game today. Mention Arsenal. It gets people going. 100% it does. 100%. Liverpool top of the most 23-24 season. Yet we are bottled it. Liverpool bottled that league title without a share of a doubt, Brian. Without a share of a doubt.
And they still won.
We won today, but let's drag Arsenal down. I want to move on from the. We're not dragging Arsenal down, Sundra. We're actually talking about it. We're not dragging them down. Today, as they proved the point, Arsenal played well. I thought they played very mature. I thought they played very, very well. I thought this Arsenal team now, with Ben White and Capia, Calafiori, and Eze now playing well, I think they got enough. How impressive it is that Arsenal is still in all four competitions. How impressive that is.
It's very.
I don't think it's getting enough. I don't think it's getting enough talked about.
No, but Mo, that sort of links to what you're saying about the narrative. It's almost like more like expecting like, oh well, you should do the quad. You're going to do the quad, and if you don't do the quad, you've sort of messed up. It's not really like, oh my god, this is a good chance for Arsenal. It's not coming from like a positive place. It's coming from like all the quads on, and then if we don't do it, it's like, oh, you said you was going to do the quad. No Arsenal fan has spoken about the quad, by the way. It's good that we're in all 4 competitions. It's very good. As I've said, I'm confident going into Sunday. I think it's a big opportunity.
I think if you win that, I think you'll win a domestic treble.
I can see it. I think the FA Cup's good for us as well. Chelsea have got Port Vale, so Chelsea will go through. City and Liverpool's a tough game. You can't call that. Domestic treble, maybe. I think Arsenal. I think we come away with at least 2 trophies this season. I think anything less is a disappointment. To be in all 4 competitions, looking the way we are, lost 3 games all season. 3. I mean, this team's stupid. And you mentioned some names there. Nkapie starts today. Faultless. That's the sort of player Chelsea should have signed. Nkapie. I can't believe Chelsea weren't in for a player like that.
I was thinking exactly the same.
23.
Chelsea should have signed Nkapie instead of Hato.
Yes. That's
Arsenal
where they
should
go
have
wrong.
signed Hato as the backup to Calafiori, and Chelsea should have signed Nkapie probably to
But you
start as
say
a left
that, Mo,
centre back probably.
But Mo, this is why the Andrea Berta coming into the club, Mikel Arteta part of the recruitment. This is why we are where we are, because we would have done that 10 years ago. We would have signed a young Dutch player who is very promising but hasn't got anything to back it up. Nkapie is an invincible at Bayer Leverkusen. Beat his old team today. You wouldn't know he ever played for them. He's playing like he couldn't wait to beat them. Nkapie is such a good signing. Comes from the same youth academy as Caicedo, Kendry Páez, William Pacho at PSG. He comes from a very prestigious club in Ecuador. So he's just a great signing. And for me, when you look at the squad, the feel around the club, it's in stark contrast to every other team in the league. Chelsea fans are down, don't really love the team. Liverpool fans the same, City fans the same. United are feeling rejoiced, but they only got the Premier League to worry about. When you look at the Premier League at the minute, the big 6, the top 6 teams, Arsenal are easily in the best position, then probably followed by United. So for me, you go into Sunday, all the pressure's on City now. Their season's on the verge of potentially coming to nothing. City could end another season trophyless after spending the best part of 100 mil in the summer. So for me, this Sunday's huge, Mo. This Sunday's huge. And for us to still be in all 4 competitions, I can just see the tears. No one likes it, but we're loving it, bro. We're loving it.
But I will point out that technically, while we could end the season trophyless, we could also win it. We could also win it or end it with 2, if not 3 trophies.
3.
So
Domestic treble.
So I think the league is gone, right? I do think the league is gone. So I'm not even going to consider the fact that we could win the league. There is a chance, but I do think that those cups are still there to be won. And so I think when to your point about all the talk about the quad for Liverpool, and they ended up with 2 trophies and probably 2 of the ones that maybe they didn't really want as much. So again, I don't think you can. I don't talk about the quad because I don't think anyone's ever going to win. Do you feel a difference
between the team? Okay, can I ask you guys something? Everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat. Do you guys feel there is a difference between the 2 teams, City and Arsenal? That there's a big difference. That a team is spoken about the quad, talking about domestic treble, but City are talking about trophyless. Like, do you guys see the difference in the tone between the 2 teams? Do you guys feel that difference on the pitch from the 2 teams?
Do you know what it is, Mo? I think Arsenal are we're more excited and we've got more of a buzz because we haven't tasted the success in a long time. And it feels like Man City, it almost feels like they're drained. It feels like the fans aren't even enjoying it anymore. And I'm not blaming Pep. I just think City, it's like Tarek said numerous times today, City are so used to winning. They're a well-oiled machine, no pun intended, but they're a well-oiled machine that just churns out victories, turn up trophy after trophy.
I see what you did there.
You like that one? I thought about it, got over the head, but yeah, City. They're one of them teams over the last 10 years. They are the team. Chelsea were probably the most successful team the 10 years before that, and now it's been City. You just have to admit it. And everything must come to an end. What goes up must come down. And maybe this is just City coming down, and that's okay. That is okay. But it's our time now. It's our time. You can just feel the buzz. Look at me. I'm oozing confidence. I can't wait.
It's so
Can't
buzzing. It's
wait.
unbelievable.
I
I'm
can't
happy for you.
wait until Sunday.
You're my friend, man. I'm so happy for you,
Because
Romario.
Mo,
Like I said,
brother, I've lived through when Aguero dinked Petr Cech and Mustafi's looking at the referee. I'm looking at Mustafi like, what are you doing to us? And it's our time. Now it's our time. Never been more confident. I'm telling you, City, they do not want to play that game on Sunday. There's not.
They
would
actually do.
rather
I
be-
completely
I'd say-
disagree
I
with
don't
you.
think- yeah.
Nah, man. I'm
I
telling you,
completely
man.
disagree with you.
This
Do you
isn't
want
the
me?
same
Do you want me to
City,
tell you
Mo.
the truth? I think it's a 50-50 game. I would
No,
literally
have some
I would
respect.
sit here.
Have some
I
respect,
would-
Mo, man.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
sitting here and I'm telling you, in a one game off, if you're asking me, I would literally a little bit lean 5% more towards City just because they got knocked out of the Champions League. Just because of that.
It's
Just
not the
because of
same.
them getting knocked. It is. It is.
They're
it
not
is.
the same
They're
wounded
gonna be
animal,
hungry,
Mo.
bro. They're gonna be hungry.
Maybe.
I'm not
Maybe.
saying that you're not gonna win it. I think Pep Guardiola would take that game. Like he would die on the pitch, City, for this. It's gonna be similar to when City played Liverpool. You see
Which
that
is
Bernardo.
important that we don't overthink it, overdo it, come in too hype. It's a game, and I think if we just play it, don't worry about the occasion and what it represents. Just go play the game. Why
were-
weren't
by
they
the way,
hungry today?
this is to
We
answer
were
that. They
hungry
were
today.
very hungry.
There was a yeah. Go ahead.
City hit the post. City peppered. City literally were gonna be 1-0, 2-0 up in the first like 5-10 minutes. What are we doing here? City literally
It got
went to the game
changed
hungry.
by a
Yeah, the red
handball and
card,
a red
yeah.
card, and
You know what it
I
is?
think it's a 50-50. I
no,
don't think
no.
it's.
and maybe that's a sign of pressure. Maybe that's a sign of trying to do too much. There could be a sign of a lot of things, right? So I'm not letting Bernardo Silva off the hook. I'm not letting us off the hook. At the end of the day, we didn't win the match. We were hoping we would. It was always going to be unrealistic for us to come back and overturn that 3-0, but we were going to give it our best shot. And then early in the match, the game changed and it was what it was. I think we come out on Sunday and, we hope to put up now again. So for all of the things that I love about Pep, if he overthinks this and puts out a crazy lineup or does something,
He will
silly,
overthink it.
then-
Without a
then-
shadow of
then
a doubt, he will overthink
that
that.
is the potential to, upset what we're trying to do.
You
But
know what it is? What it is I think, and you know it is, you're a City fan, I get it. Mo's the host, he's got to keep it interesting, and I know what he's truly thinking. But the thing is, your last 5 results would suggest nothing other than defeat for me. And it's as much about us as it is about you. People are saying it's a 50-50 game.
so
For me, it's 50-50 in terms of 50% what City turn up and 50% what Arsenal turn up. Because if the best Arsenal turn up and the best City turn up, for me, we should win that game. I honestly believe that.
Really?
I don't think.
so do you think
I don't think the
then-
best City is better than this best Arsenal. This isn't. We're not talking about 5-year cycle. We're talking about right now, this season. You categorically Arsenal are better than City at this minute. We're the best team in the league. We are, and I'm going to own that. I'm not one of these Arsenal fans that hide from expectation and hide from pressure. Bring the pressure. This is what sport is about. It's about being the best. And when I look at the City side, I see no confidence. I saw Haaland running on the pitch, itching to shake hands with Mbappe and these, man. I'm thinking,
Can we
if I'm
get coach's opinion on this? Who did the best
I
City
need-
versus
no,
the best
I
Arsenal?
need to know. So, as strong as you are saying that you feel, if City beat Arsenal on Sunday,
I'll eat humble pie.
will you say that would you have bottled it? Would you have bottled it, or
it's
what
not
will
a
have happened?
bottle. It's not a bottle.
I mean, because you're
If
suggesting
you were
that
that
even
confident, then you
the
think
way
it's a
you're
full-on
talking, it's like
conclusion.
no, there's no way.
No, but bottling it is like when it's yours and you let it go, because we haven't. It's not ours. I'm not saying we're
You're
going
so
into
confident.
But
No,
you
no,
just
but
said that
I would-
if City if we play 100%,
No, but there's a difference
It's
between
not good
bottling it and there's a difference between bottling and failing. And you might say, "Oh, it's neither here nor there," but bottling it suggests you've got it in your hands and you let it slip. That's like
Okay.
a keeper catches a ball and it falls in. I'm just saying the shot's coming, and if I'm a keeper, I'm saving it. It's not that we've caught it. We've not got anything yet. I'm not saying we're going to win 5-0. I'm just saying I don't see a world where we don't win that game. And it's so if we don't win, it's
It's
failure.
actually a
It's not
crazy
bottling it.
statement. It's a crazy statement.
Nah,
It's a
Mo, I
crazy
don't. I
statement.
believe in this team so much, bro. I do. Like, especially
Oh my!
tonight. The way
I'm not.
we go
I'm not
against-
saying you're right or you're wrong. I just think you're not leaving anything to chance. You're saying that you didn't see any way you lose this game.
You know what, Mo? I can't knock it
can't.
because when we were in our pump, I felt the same way. I just felt like we were going to win
I know
every
you
game.
did.
It didn't matter who it was. Line them up, we'll take them on, and you don't win them all. But so I'm not mad at him. I just want to know how
Yeah,
strongly does he feel?
Mo, I'd rather sit here and be honest than be like, you know what, it's going to be a tough game. Like, we're here not to be media trained, isn't it, Mo? This is what you want. So for me, honestly, though, this isn't me just saying it for the sake of it. It would be easier for me to sit here and be like, City are a good team. They got dangerous players. It'd be easier to say that. But honestly, we should win. I think we should. And if we don't, we failed.
Just to respond to Sundra here, this is agenda. It's not. If I tell you, for example, let me just tell you, if I'm playing a team, if I'm playing Juventus and I'm saying I'm 100% winning, that means I believe that my team is 100% winning. There is a 0% chance. That means I believe it's in my hand. It's my team's hand. You know what I mean? I didn't leave anything to that chance, right? Let me give you an example, Sundra. Let me give an example. Who do you think is favorites to win Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal, Romario?
Yeah, it's Arsenal.
Right? Do you feel if you don't win against Sporting, is that a bottle job?
No, it's not. It's not a bottle. It's just poor in it. Okay. It's failing. It's not because we've not got it yet. Bottling it is when you're primed to do it. Like, I know what you mean. It's like someone in the chat said Bono Glimt bottled it tonight. I can sort of understand it, but it's Bono Glimt.
They definitely bottled it. Losing 5-0 after being 3-0 up is definitely a bottle job.
For me, Mo, bottling it is when you have a lead and then you let the lead go. Like, if we go 2-0 up against City and don't win, that would be bottling it.
I don't think it's bottle job. In my head, it's not a bottle job because I don't think it's in your hand. I think it's a 50-50 game. Tariq, I know you have to jump off to start your stream, so go ahead. I'm redirecting to you after this. Right, we're not going to stay for long anyway. Big up, Tariq. Go ahead, Coach. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a close. I think it'll probably end up being a close affair, right? I think maybe like a 2-1 in this aspect. I'm not. Listen. When both these teams are on their best day, Arsenal are a scary proposition in terms of, anything can happen from a corner, and I don't mean that insultingly. I mean that generally, because corners are part of the game. That they just need one corner. They just need one corner, bro. You know what I'm saying, Chu? And when Man City decide to turn up, bro, if they get the passing going, that's one team that I'm always afraid of, bro. Once they start doing that passing, I start hearing the Portsmouth bells ringing. The ones where you're at Pompey. You used to be at Pompey Ground. Yeah, you hear the ringing of the bells. That's how I see when Man City start getting near your goal with a little passy, and they're on point. That's what I start hearing in my ear. So for both these two teams are deadly in their own way.
Sorry, I don't want to stop you, but let me ask you,
bro.
When have you seen City play like that against a top team this year? That's the question.
I haven't seen them play, but I haven't watched many Man City games this season. But
they're not that team anymore, bro. They're not that team that do the ticky.
But you said they're best.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's if they had De Bruyne, if they had the likes of De Bruyne in this team, even a Mahrez, I don't know, Foden at his best, if Foden was banging them in, I think he's killed Shirky's confidence. Me and Mo, as I've already said, we're speaking about Shirky in December. Stupendous player, very, very, very good. And he's a confidence player.
Pep ruined him. I swear Pep ruined him. I swear Pep ruined him.
He's killing his confidence.
Pep ruined him.
And
bench the guy. He's asking him to do defensive work. He benched the guy. Let the guy express himself. He would have won you games.
Bro.
He would have won you games.
And this is what I mean.
I'm not sure if he ruined him or he's scared to let him express himself.
I think it's both. It's both. I think it's both.
Shirky was on course to break records, but he killed him. He put him on the bench, and he didn't play him every game. And he went to that box midfield. He preferred other players as well, and I thought he killed him.
And Kojo, that's what I think it is. I think even Chelsea, I think United suffered from it. We suffered from it because of what we've done. You always attach that expectation to the team and the club, but you've got to forget the club and look at the team. this Man City team do not dominate games the way they have done in previous years. They just don't do it, bro. They're not that same team, and their confidence is low. Confidence and momentum is a huge thing in football. Listen, if we don't win it, I've just spoke all this nonsense, and I've got pie on my face. But for me, I'll be so disappointed in this Arsenal team if they don't win, because you're not going to face a worse City side in the last 5 years. You're not in a final. You're not going to get a better chance. So for me, life is about opportunity. The opportunity's there. Take it. They've just lost to Real Madrid with 10 men and are out of the Champions League. We've just won and are through with a tie against Sporting. And if you get through them, which you should, you've got a semi-final. And we're top of the league after City just dropped points in 2 games in a row. Everything points towards an Arsenal win. And the only reason why people might think I'm going mad is because we haven't won in a long time. So now we've got to go and do it. You're right. We have to go and do it. It's all this talk is great, 100%. But go and do it. And when we do it, then the narrative
I think if Arsenal win that first trophy, the Carabao Cup, I think it will be a spiral from there.
It's important. It's important. It is.
I think. Let me do this so we can mention that $2 billion bottle at Chelsea. Yeah. $2 billion in the almost 3 years is crazy. City are going to be hungry, but we are hungrier, Mo. Probably, yeah. Arsenal as a club are hungrier. Romario, you mentioned earlier Liverpool don't touch the revenue of City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. That's just false. Liverpool had the highest revenue. I don't think, I'm just going to respond. I don't think he mentioned revenue. He's talking about the click. He's talking about the clicking thing online fan base, the majority of fan base that watch media and watch medias and stuff like this. Liverpool fans are specific a little bit about what they watch. I think the online presence of Liverpool is big. I think the online presence of Arsenal and Arsenal and Man United are bigger. I think Liverpool and Chelsea, I think Liverpool are bigger than Chelsea, in my opinion, in the online presence. I think so.
You think? I don't know. Them fans out in Nigeria, them Chelsea fans.
Liverpool have massive fan base in Southeast Asia and in America as well.
Yeah, that's true. And obviously North Africa as well.
Yeah. What do you think about Senegal AFCON strip? I think I'm going to tell you something about it before I end the show. I think this whole AFCON thing is just a scam. I'm Egyptian. I think what just happened in AFCON is a disgrace to African football. I think what happened from Morocco, I think if I'm not mistaken, from the people that organized, there's a lot of complaints about Morocco organizing it. What Senegal did in the final is a disgrace. The referees in Africa are absolutely shambolic for all the teams, by the way. It happens for Senegal, it happens for Morocco, for Egypt, for Algeria, for everything. I don't care he won. I don't care who wins AFCON now because it is so corrupt now, to be honest with you. Because I think what happened in the final ruined the competition. Is it Senegal's fault? Probably shouldn't have done that. Senegal. But also, I believe that Brahim Diaz missed that penalty on purpose to just let the game go. And I spoke about this before. And I think it's all shit. It's a shit show. That's what I think. Senegal being stripped probably it is the right decision because you cannot abandon a game. It's genuinely, you cannot abandon a game. It's as simple as that. Regardless of what happens. You shouldn't abandon a football match. And Senegal abandoned the match. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Romario website channel in the description. Thank you, Kojo, for always joining us. Appreciate you so much, Kojo. Fantastic conversation with you. Always, bro. Love it. Tomorrow, guys, I will see you guys at 4 p.m. UK time with Quest, Kelk, and Ashraf for the show. Of course, we'll see you guys there. This will take you to Tariq's channel, City Fan. Go and support Tariq at least, guys. Hit the like button on his stream. Like the video here. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys on Tariq's channel. We're out of here, people. Shaik, Mo, Chelsea have more fans than Liverpool in Africa. Yes, I agree. They have more fans than Liverpool in Africa, but in Asia, I believe they have Liverpool have more. Shaik, I believe so. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Big up everyone that joined us. We'll see you guys later. We're out of here, people.